So, as you already mentioned, sir, related to the present recruitment of the student already cleared the phase two examination, they all are preparing for the interview. So, because you have already served and you have seen and you have trained so many students for their interview, so what you want to suggest how to prepare for their interview?
Yeah, so unlike other interviews, there is a defined scope within which this interview happens. So, agriculture, rural credit, microfinance, Indian economy. So, the subjects are not too many,
Hmm.
and therefore you have to develop quite in-depth knowledge on these topics. So, in terms of both current data on Indian economy or agriculture or poverty, all these subjects develop in-depth knowledge, up-to-date data,
Hmm.
and clarity is another thing. Just to read and learn by heart doesn't work.
Hmm.
So if you see some scheme or anything, why is it there? What is it, and what are the expected outcomes of it? So more than just learning by heart, it
Hmm.
should not be a typical reproduce an answer which is like a machine. So typically students kind of take a guidebook and learn by heart. So that is not. The second is to have an opinion.
Yes.
So on any subject, you should be able to have your own views on it also, not just to state facts about it. Uh, So let's say poverty in India.
Hmm.
Then what is your views about it? How to tackle poverty? Why? So these kind of things. Or let us say agricultural production or even farmer distress. Some of these very complex subjects, you may have numbers, how many small farmers are there, what is the production in
Hmm.
of rice and wheat. Those data are important, but you should not give wrong data,
Yes.
but you should be
Exactly.
able to give some analytical answers. So for somebody who's sitting on the interview panel, your answer should stand out, because I was also in interview panel. So over a day, we will be interviewing 15, 20 people.
15 to
And
26.
if you get the same routine answers, it doesn't even register. After you leave the room, we won't remember your name.
Yes,
But
sir.
if somebody gives an answer which is different from the others to a question which is the same, question
Hmm.
is still the same, that remains with you. You don't forget that, and you make sure that person has given extra marks. So being well prepared, being calm, and being analytical. These are the three key points. It is always possible that you do not know everything.
Yes, sir.
So
Exactly.
please give something that you don't know much about a pass. If you try to do some guesswork and give a wrong answer, typically the interview members will ask supplementary questions on that subject, and then you will be in a fix. So it
Yes.
is best not to get into something which you don't know too much about. Let them, okay, say, yeah, you don't know this, let's move to something else, sort of. That is the way to deal with it. Coolness, confidence, good sleep the day before you appear for the interview, very important. Not being too humble, but
Yes.
not being too, what do you say,
And
attitudinal. The,
yes.
the balance, perfect balance is required. Dress smartly again. I think the dress is very important. We always used to, some people come overdressed. That is also goes against you. So
Overdress like sir?
natural style is important.
Overdress means in what sense, sir?
I'll tell you an example. We were recruiting for subordinate staff, that is
Hmm.
peons and sweepers.
Okay.
And then these ladies come with huge silk saris and gold ornaments and all. It doesn't gel, ये झाड़ू मारने के लिए ये क्या सब तैयारी करके आया है. So,
Okay.
So it sends the wrong signals. And many times, some of us, even me, we are not used to wearing this suit and tie and all that.
Yes, sir.
If you try to do that, please practice. 10 दिन पहले से रोज सूट टाई पहन के थोड़ा आदत बनाओ.
Yes,
नहीं
sir.
तो मत पहनो ना. You should be in your own self.
Yes, sir.
You should not look as if you are uncomfortable wearing that stuff. That is the thing.
Sir, one thing you said that one student must have its own opinion, like the various
Hmm.
issues like the poverty and all thing. But many a time when we are interviewing or giving the mock interviews and discussing with the students, so many a time we have seen or many a time we have heard that we have to take a neutral kind of approach in the
Hmm.
government organization, the reputed government organization. So, what will you say? So, how to express our own opinion? Because what we can say, if it is not going in one direction in the neutral approach, how to answer that thing?
Very, very tough question, especially in the current times. Being anti-establishment
Yes,
is difficult. So that
yes.
is why you will have to maybe stop with diagnosis
Mm.
and not take a radical view.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we don't know who the interview panel is, no?
Mm.
And the way they will take it. The whole atmosphere has changed in the country. Good old days, I think even left-leaning views were acceptable. Today, they are not so easily acceptable. So don't try and be radical, but still, I think you have to come to grips. Unemployment, for example, is a serious problem in India.
Yes.
Farmer distress is a serious problem in India. So we cannot hide those facts. But trying to be critical of a political party or a particular kind of viewpoint may not carry well with the panel.
I think we should not be very much critical about the others' opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there is one
It's
more
it's
question.
complicated. It's not easy. If particularly you are having a radical thinking, you have to be careful. That will be some 10% of people. We actually love to have diversity in thought. As an
Hmm.
organization, we don't want yes men. We
Hmm.
want people who will challenge and say, no, there's a better way. Otherwise, क्या है जो चल रहा है उसी को चलाते
चलता
रहोगे.
रहेगा. Hmm.
Organizations will stagnate.
Hmm.
Needs continuous freshness of thought. बट एट द सेम टाइम इसको संभालना मुश्किल है. ये लड़का ऐसे लग रहा है कि इज टू रेडिकल और ही इज टू इंडिपेंडेंट. देन वी काइंड ऑफ से अच्छा लेट अस गिव हिम अ पास. दैट इज हाउ इट इज.
Yes.